Today's video is 10 Amazon tips that you didn't know that now you're gonna know about. And these are tips that's gonna help you along with your Amazon selling journey and also increase the best chances of your success. And these tips are based on my personal experience that helped me sell over $1 million last year. And by no means they are your magic pill to get rich quick. It's more of a guideline that can help guide you along the way. So let's start off with numero uno. First one is getting your reseller permit, aka your reseller certificate. It's basically a document that allows you to purchase inventory from different stores without charging any sales tax. It's awesome, right? So the obvious benefit is to save a lot of money on taxes. Like here in Florida, we get charged 7% for taxes. So for example, let's say you purchase $5,000 worth of inventory. 7% of that is $350. That's essentially money that you are saving by not paying taxes and having this certificate. It also makes your bookkeeping easy as you're not collecting taxes. Amazon actually does that for you whenever someone purchases off their website. So how do you get one? The simplest way to get it is through Google. Depending on where you live, each state has their own specific details. Majority of it is going to be free to apply. Most of them is going to ask basic information like your name, address, phone number, email. The one thing that is required is an EIN number, which you're going to get once you have an LLC. Getting the reseller certificate was a complete game changer. Even though you might be doing small purchase in the beginning, like I did, these things to add up. So by the time you get into thousands, that's when you can really see a difference of how much money you could have been saving. So don't forget to get your reseller permit once you get your LLC and EIN number. Tip number 2 is being able to identify patterns. You know, like seasons, they have patterns, right? We can usually identify the patterns in each season and even guess what month of the year and what temperature are we going to expect. Unless you live in Florida, the weather and hurricane season can get very unpredictable. Anyway, Amazon fee is the same thing. It's important to see these patterns and stay up to date. The easiest pattern that you're gonna first catch on is holiday season. Holiday season is usually around November, December, and usually a lot of craziness going on and demand definitely spikes up. So let's take a look at the storage example here. You can see that during the holiday peak of October to December, the fee goes more than double. It goes from 87 cents per cubic foot to $2.40 per cubic foot. Well, there's a reason for this. Let's take a look at CNBC right here. The holiday season gets so busy and crazy that Amazon usually hires over 150,000 workers just for the holidays itself. And here at UPS.com, you can see that hire over 100,000 helpers for the holidays as well. It's really important to know the patterns when these fees occur so that way you can properly prepare ahead of time. What I mean by that is you can increase the price. As you know, a lot of the men are going to be going to Amazon.com. Another way you can prepare is maybe try a different shipping company rather than using UPS because you know they're going to be busy. You can also try a different fulfillment method. So for example, if you normally do FBA, you might want to do some FBM so that way you can get it to the customer faster or maybe that same day. Tip number 3 is do not commingle your products. So what is commingling? Commingling is when you send your products or inventory to Amazon without putting their own label in. So it means that your product is going to get mixed with other sellers. Other sellers do this because it saves them time on stickering, but on the other hand, there are consequences. The downside, and I've experienced this in my personal business, is that things can get rough. A lot of sellers unfortunately don't follow the guidelines on how to prepare a product, and that can result as a damage when it arrives to the warehouse. In worst case scenario, you might even encounter counterfeit products. It does happen, but it's very rare and you don't want to be hit with that thing in your account. Here's how you turn off commingling. So we're gonna be at our Amazon Seller Central dashboard, then we're gonna go to Fulfillment by Amazon. You're gonna scroll down where it says FBA product barcode preference, and we're gonna click edit. One is the barcode preference under Amazon barcode. So go ahead and click that and you're gonna hit update. Whenever you add items to your Amazon shipment, Amazon's gonna provide for your own unique label that you can print off and cover the manufacturer's barcode. Tip number 4 is to utilize 0% business credit cards. Especially if you're starting out, getting a 0% credit card can help you a lot. And this is what I did when I first started my business. Amex and Chase usually runs this no interest period for 1 year and normally sometimes longer than that. Having no interest just gives you a better breathing room to run your business, and that way you don't have to use your money right off the bat. Not to mention the rewards that you're gonna get is just the cherry on top, and these can vary from cashbacks to travel points, and you can use them really on top of your business as well. And this is not a financial advice, so if you are considering the 0%, make sure you take a look at the pros and cons and the risk involved with it. And I was at this crossroad when I first started, but I knew, and if you're confident that you can pay it off after 1 year, I would suggest to definitely go for it. If you're not sure that you can pay off the full amount that you're gonna borrow, don't go for it and get yourself into more debt. So I would say set a limit on it so that way you know you're not gonna be overspending. And just keep in mind that each month the minimum payment is still due, even though there's no charged interest in it. And don't forget to pay in full once the 0% ends. Halfway there, tip number 5 is to get your LLC and apply for an EIN number. There are several reasons why you want to get an LLC. The biggest reason is to protect yourself in case your business gets sued or something goes wrong with it. It basically separates your personal assets and your business. It's definitely a good thing because you want to protect your car, your home, and other assets that you may have. And there's many ways to apply an LLC, just like getting your reseller certificate. Once you get your LLC, it's time for you to get your EIN number. It's important because, as we talked earlier, you need it to get your reseller permit, you need it to open a bank account, and most importantly, you need it to file taxes. Tip number 7, how to contact Amazon seller support. They can help you problems like if you're having trouble listing a product, if a customer or Karen complains about an item, and technical issues, or even just general troubleshoot with your account. So there are 2 ways to contact Amazon seller support. That is to call them or type in an email. So to email them, you're gonna go to your Seller Central dashboard and press help on the right side. Then you're gonna scroll all the way down to need more help and click get support. Depending on what service you need help with, majority is going to be selling on Amazon. So you're gonna go ahead and click that and you're gonna describe your issue in this description box right here. So yeah, if you have any problem, do not hesitate to contact Amazon seller support. They had helped me so much regarding my own business. And one tip I would say is be patient with them, especially if you are on the phone. A lot of the support that Amazon hires are overseas, like in India, for example, and it might be hard to understand their accent. So be patient with them. Their job is to help you, so keep that in mind. Tip number 7 is to keep your health account in good standing. It's a privilege to be selling on Amazon FBA, and all Amazon wants is to keep their customers happy. That's why if anything is slightly damaged or it's passed within their 2 days of Prime promise, Amazon's gonna refund that product 100%. And they do the same thing for sellers who follow the rules and guidelines. So yeah, keeping your health account in good standing is super important. And if your account health rating is bad, it's gonna lead to potential suspension, and you obviously don't want that. The easiest way to keep your health rating in good standing is to simply follow the rules. And it had happened to me a couple times where I had some strikes on my health account, and it could have been an honest mistake. So for example, when I was shipping items in the beginning, I had miscounted the exact products I had on the box. It might have been 1 or 2 items, and in the end, when it arrived to the Amazon warehouse, they counted it and it wasn't the right information. If you're doing FBM, you want to make sure that you're shipping your items on time, so that way there's no any delays. And if you're reselling items, you want to be careful you're not crossing the line in terms of brands and their rules and regulations. I'm not trying to scare you, and the biggest tip regarding this is to make sure you keep invoices of everything that you purchase, whether that's a receipt in store or an email. So all of that is very important because you never know when you're gonna need it. Tip number 8, insurance. It's something that we all have, from our cars, from our home, or renter's insurance. So if you're new, you don't have to worry about this, as Amazon requires you to get the insurance once you have $10,000 in sales in 1 month. So that is key to remember. Amazon will usually send you an email about this, and they'll usually provide, 3 to 4 commercial insurance companies that they partner with. And you can definitely quotes and shop around, see which is the best deal for you in terms of the items you're selling. I forgot exactly which company that I had picked, but I'm paying around $500, $600 per year in terms of insurance for my business. Tip number 9 is turning on your return address and make sure it's accurate. So this is another thing in your Seller Central account that you need to turn on. So we're gonna go back to our seller dashboard and gonna hit the little gear here and account info. And once you're at account info, you're gonna wanna hit return address. And I am here selling in USA, and I am enrolled in terms of that, and Amazon prepaid label, and you're just gonna hit save settings. Past 2 years I had moved about 3 times, so It has been crazy and I had to change my address multiple times. And this is how I learned this lesson, because I forgot to change my return address when I first moved. So I had a bunch of items returned to Amazon and it gave me almost a heart attack when a bunch of these returns went to my old apartment address, which was a high-rise in Miami. I moved 2 hours away from the city, so it wasn't just as easy for me to go in there. So I think it was a month later that I had to scavenge all my products that I had left in my old apartment, and thankfully they still had it set aside. But yeah, you don't want to make that mistake. Don't forget to update your return address, especially if you're moving from different places. But if you're at one spot, then for you. Last one is tip number 10, is to subscribe to Amazon email newsletters. So let's just say that Amazon sends you a lot of emails. And are a lot of these emails important? Well, I would say yes. They're important, so make sure you read them, all of them. In some of these emails, you'd think you got a heart attack, like your account gets suspended or something like that because of the way they had written in the subject line. But in general, a lot of these are about the changes regarding Amazon and their platform and what's going on. And these emails can contain from letting you know if there's a new feature coming up, policy change, or even an event that they might be doing. You guys, I'm out of breath and I am hungry. And those are the 10 FBA tips that now you know, from based on my personal experience, that can help you succeed with your selling journey. Consider subscribing if you enjoy the content, and I do have some more videos for you guys here. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.